I I can see. I can see that you guys are typing in the chat. I'm just I'm playing a game as well. It's just that I can't share my screen right now. Normally is because normally I would be showing you guys what's on my screen because I would be playing on my computer, but Minecraft. Specifically on my console because I am my computer's left and right click mouse button isn't working, so I have to wait until I can get something to show what I'm playing. Speak of the devil, one of my friends is online. Oh god. Probably just got back from work. I'm good. Thanks for asking. The reason why I don't live stream at night at my aunt or mom's house is because I don't really want to. Mainly because most of the viewers because I'm gonna explain something about the view count. That doesn't really matter when content creation is happening. Because at the end of the day, it just shows that people who focus on the view counters are low. Alright. I can see that you said hi. Basically, what work, most of my friends, that are working, and half of them are either in city college. But I work online. Obviously, by what you guys can see is that it's entertaining. It's basically playing video games and stuff like that. But what people don't know is that since I don't use ads to make stuff like that, I have to basically create a Patreon in order to do stuff like that, where there will basically, because YouTube is hoarding all the money for themselves, I have to upload it. Nope. I have to upload most of the videos that I make of Minecraft that have music to I played back in when I was in let's see. I played back in middle school, and then I played on console, which is very different from the mechanics are very different from PC, right? Because when it comes to PC, you have to like be very what is the word? You have to memorize all the fucking crafting recipes. Sorry, my brain was trying to memorize something. So what I'm doing is making better, like, tools. So what it entails is that I just have to but I am playing on hardcore mode in Minecraft. So I do have to be careful when it is nighttime outside, because I almost died, basically. And you see, in hardcore, you don't get any of your stuff back, and you're just permanently dead, so. Why am I not surprised? That's good coffee. You see, I would be doing lives on my computer, but I won't be able to play any games. You see? See the con there? I have the basic necessities to survive. Because if I do find a village, I can trade. Just turning daytime. Well, I lost the world. It happens sometimes in hardcore. That's why it was fun. Yep, a lot of people who have money tend out to be fake people. In fact, a lot of people that I've met growing up had fake values in how they treat people. So I just really didn't care for what they were saying. Now, I'm not saying that I didn't have money myself. It's just that it was very limited, like everyone else. Money, when it's limited, can be fun, actually. Teaches us a lot of things that we need to learn. Custom biome. And But if you guys have a dream of doing something, just do it. Don't let anyone else who is like negative tell you how to live your life. Because here's the thing, I grew up with a lot of that shit, and let's just say I have to live with epilepsy, so I actually got lucky with how I'm living right now and getting to do content for you guys. But it's not always going to be like that. At some point in my life, I will have to go back to school, will have to get a job, and I can't work online, so I will have to take a break. I will have to take a break from content creation to do that. because outside of this, I do have a life of my own. That's what makes people human, is that we know that people have a life outside of the internet. This is another thing that I want to bring up. If people can't separate a parasocial relationship like from the internet, from people who work online, from basically reality, those are the ones that causes the most problems for people. Here's the thing, I can separate that. That's why I don't go completely batshit crazy, because I know the difference between a parasocial relationship and a actual relationship. I've had experience being in a real relationship where you actually care for someone, and oh boy was it rough. Listen, chat, many of you have been on YouTube longer than I have, so you may have internet and like technology experience far passing mine, and that's all well and fine, because that's what makes the community such a good, that's what makes a good community, is that we can all learn from each other and become better people. And remember one thing that I'm going to tell you. You can't fight hatred with more hatred. It just won't work. It creates an endless cycle of war, violence, and death. Is the simplest way I like to put it. When have you ever seen someone just winning without realizing that war never gets anywhere? Not once. Because I'm about to say something about our government. Our government is the one who truly loves creating war, basically. Because they are they're in too much of a power-hungry cycle to ever let anyone else have what's known as money, basically. They want everyone else's money. Guarantee you, the money that we have isn't even legally ours. We just borrow it from the bank, thinking that it is ours. So, when we do eventually get real money, they want that too. There's a secret to that. A secret that the banks and the government don't want to know. Keep the money that we get, keep the money that we have, that if we make our own money, right, we basically would have to store it in places that they can't reach. Basically cabins and stuff like that. Yeah, I know it sounds kind of ironic, me speaking about cabins, but funny enough, cabins are the most safest place, because if they enter the land, they would be considering trespassing. Because specifically, be on land that is specifically restricted to, well, people, you in chat, you're not gonna like this, but keep it with the first ever American citizens. Yeah, funny enough, people that you guys technically want to kick out are ancestors of Native Americans, the people who were technically first on U.S. soil, which is technically kind of funny because I have a friend who doesn't really get offended by this, and here's the thing. Even though I'm saying this, I'm not really being offensive because it's history. Really, it's blatantly, if you just learn about history, you'll learn more stuff than, you'll learn more facts about history than, you'll see, if you actually go onto the internet and learn what you want to learn, instead of having to cover it up, guarantee you, if you find good sources and stuff like that, yeah, I encourage researching and stuff like that because most of the time you'll lose half of the plot if it's not good. So I get good research of most of. So how many of you here are into like Disney movies, right? I just want to ask. Chat, how many of you are into Disney movies? Because I can spread some facts on Disney movies that will guarantee a mental shock. Most Disney movies are usually based around, have a original adaptation which I love, which I'm starting to do research on, and oh boy. Let's just say the original adaptation of, for example, what was it? I think Pocahontas. Yeah, it's a lot more gruesome than you think. Like, shit that actually makes me really uncomfortable to talk about live on camera. Like, not the live action, but the more like historic accurate version of it is what I'm talking about. It's just, oh god. I stopped I just stopped watching Disney movies after hitting the age of like, what, 13? Because I figured out I recently figured out that most of the stuff is just either a whole bunch of graphic shit that can get people in trouble. And I don't want to be around that. Chat, I'm a bit chaotic for a good reason. Because if I end up in was the bed. Chat, let's just say the basically the main like thing that if you've ever basically here's what I'm gonna do for you. Type in John Solo, the YouTube channel, and you'll watch it. Just watch it, and you'll start realizing how fucked up Disney movies are. Like how inaccurate it is to most of the Disney how most of like the main like stories like the original stuff, like it is fucking unhinged how half of the stuff is like the reason why I'm bringing this stuff up is because you think animals are scary. Nah, people are more scary than animals. Oh yeah, and chat, you guys are good people. Because, just like some of my friends, you guys are good people that I'm in a Discord call with. By the way, chat, does any of you, by the way, chat, who has been around since the golden age of YouTube? By the way, I remember the golden age of YouTube. Yeah. You can call me such things, I don't care. I won't get mad. I really won't. You can throw insults at me. Like, yeah, I remember when YouTube had Smosh. I remember when YouTube wasn't so harsh on the fucking rules. And you could fucking swear, you could get away with pretty much fucking shit. Like, I had a YouTube back then, even. But it was only to watch people on platforms. I never really used it. Never started uploading. Potatoes don't need to be in the same area as wheat. 2 poisonous potatoes, which means I can use this for so chat, anyone who's in the chat, I'm gonna explain something. I remember when Smosh, Dan TDM, and popular MMOs and people like that were at the top of the YouTube, which includes like Markiplier and people like that. And I also remember how enjoyable it was for us. Now, I know everything that happened. I know what... Here's the thing. With everything that happened and shit... Here's the thing. I know about the accusations with popular MMOs and shit. And how he got arrested and shit. I'm not ignoring them. I just like watching his old videos because it was a simpler time. A time before he got accused of something that ruined his life. And so, that's why I do this, actually. But also, I remember when Corey Kenshin was still making content before he left to do the monster we made. You know, his anime and shit. A lot of the old YouTubers left YouTube because of the restrictions and stuff like that YouTube was doing. It's not their fault that they're gone. You can't blame you really can't blame these old content creators for getting burnt out. But also think of it like they're passing the torch to the next generation of content creators. The people who were growing up with them, basically while watching them, to carry their legacy, right? Now, I'm gonna work hard for what I get, right? Like on YouTube. I'm not gonna make it easy for YouTube. So with every copyright on my main YouTube, I'm gonna upload it to my second YouTube. Basically telling them, hey, if you're gonna keep doing this, you might as well be a good YouTube and start helping other content creators. Basically being the voice of like, hey, this isn't right. There's a lot of other content creators who have gone through this way more. And chat, basically, I'm not doing this for myself, actually. I'm doing this to help my my family get, so my family can live a better life, right? So I actually have a reason for why I'm doing this. And also so I can help my mom stop living in her sister's shadow, basically. Because I actually have respect for my mom, and I actually, in my eyes, she's still my legal guardian. So I'm gonna do everything in my power and with working on here to help my mom live a better life. Now, that doesn't mean I should go out and cause chaos, right? Because then I would end up on the news and shit like that. Because that would be very stupid. However, I will work very hard to get to where I will be. So, I will make a third YouTube channel. This one will be for daily life, basically. So I get to bring you guys with me out into public, and you guys get to see what I'm doing. I think I'm gonna name it after my actual like name in Discord. Now, when I create this, I'm gonna use the same Gmail that I have, but also but also a different password. I know my setup is a little bit, like, basic right now, but until I can get a better fucking house with a... with an actual, like... you know, until I can get an actual, like... you know... what's the word I'm looking for? Until I can actually get a new fucking PC with an actual, like, setup, I will actually be completely using my phone. Hi. Fucking zombies. Hi. Later, Chad.